Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you guys enjoyed the video about this kid getting jumped.
The truth.
Many Saturdays ago, in a rural town very, very far away, lived a tiny little boy, scrawny, skinny, and about 5'6", which is pretty tall for being 11 years old, I think. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember that all the way. But nevertheless, or I don't know how to properly say that, but nevermore, I was skating around one day, right? And I have some friends, and we made this whole entire skate group chat. We started grabbing these obstacles. I was going to fight with a kid because I had to grab an obstacle. Long story, especially if I tell you what happened to him now. I'd have to make like 3-part series, so make sure to like if you do want that. So what ended up happening is me and my ragtag group of friends, I don't even know what that means, but a bunch of kids from the suburbs, we all skate together, right? We all meet up this middle school, and this middle school is notorious for skating in my area, right? Everybody goes there in like this one region, right? Like this one region of our town, everybody will skate to this middle school. There's an elementary school. We used to be able to skate that, but we can't anymore. Well, we can't even do it for like the past like 4 years because the same kid that I was gonna fight with. Well, what ended up happening is eventually we're like, okay, we're going to meet up at 7:30. This is in the summer, right? So it's like sunrise at like 6 o'clock. I don't know about you guys, but I love skating, especially during the summer because it's cool out. It's not super cold. You can wear pants and a shirt, like a t-shirt, and be completely fine, or a long sleeve shirt, and you won't get too hot. Absolutely perfect, especially when there's like a cool breeze and it just looks pretty out and there's just a little bit of dew out. Beautiful. And so we're like, okay, so there's a decent amount of morning traffic because there was summer school at the time, and so we're like, we'll go up into the neighborhood. And so for some reason we want to skate this curb instead of the other curb. I'll be 1,000% honest with you guys, there's no difference at all. No difference even in the slightest. So what ended up happening is we're skating there. We all suck. We get barely 50-50. Like we keep on going back in 50-50s and just back and forth, going and trying to do lines. I ended up playing scoot with this one kid. I also skated. So I skated and I also rode a scooter. And I was really big into fingerboarding because this was, I want to say right before COVID, like right before the break. That's when I was skateboarding the most. And so what ended up happening is we skate there. And eventually we get done skating that part and we want to go back into like the school area, right? Because there's like a little bit of a ledge and we could like do like kick flips and like ollie off like a curb. We felt really cool, right? We felt like we're jumping off of El Toro, right? We felt like we're just doing like the biggest jumps. And if you don't know what El Toro is, it's like a 25 stair area. It was at the high school, at El Toro High School. I think that's what it's called. I think they changed the name, but it was this high school notorious for skating. Anyway, what ended up happening is we kept on doing that. And on rainy days, we'd go undercover, right? And there's be this group of bikers. Like, I don't know why I said bikers like that, but kids that rode mountain bikes that just kept on, like, riding back and forth, trying to pop a wheelie. They'd, like, pop a wheelie for, like, a second. Like, just, like, get their front tire up off the ground. Like, you see that? See how sick that was? We're right out here. You know what I'm saying, dog? Ha! Right? It was, like, really, really cringy. And they, like, there's, like, this one set of stairs on the elementary school. And they'd go down there and they'd just ride down that as many times as they possibly could. I'm going to be honest, it was terrible for skateboarding. You couldn't jump those stair sets because of how messed up the ground was. They just ride their bike, like, down the bumpy stairs. They won't even hop it or anything. And so, eventually, we were skating on like the main part right in front of the middle school. We'd skate that for a while. It was about 5 o'clock, so like from 7:30 to 5 o'clock, which I skated like all day back then, every single day, 5 days in a row. I was just constantly skating, and the weird thing is I didn't really improve much. But granted, I wasn't really there for improvement. I was just trying to have fun, and so I'd be out there skating for a long time, right, with my friend. It was like 3 of us. sometime eventually like a fourth friend would show up. It was like grandma dropped him off and we'd skate for a little bit with him. And these mountain bike kids pull up. There's like 7 of them. They pull up. They just talk to us, and we just start messing with them a little bit. I won't lie. We mess with him a little bit. Okay. We're like, hey, try my skateboard. He's like, okay, I can do a kickflip. He'd stand on it, and like he'd fall off the board, like just standing on it. I'm like, oh, you're really good. He's like, I promise, I almost kickflipped once. I'm sure you did. Was it on a trampoline? No. It was on a scooter. What? Yeah, I was on a scooter. I almost kickflipped. You can't. Okay, whatever. And so eventually they brought up someone like that. It was like some really petty argument. It's like, I hate this kid. I'm like, why don't you fight him? It's like, oh, I don't want to fight him. I think, I will fight him. I hate him. I'll fight him. And so we went behind the school. Keep in mind, this is like during, summer school. And so there's like one teacher out. I didn't go to the school, right? I'm just skateboarding because I'm not a special friend, right? I'm not going to the summer school. So what ended up happening is these like 5 kids like kind of just stood around with like my 3 other friends, so we kind of like walked around them. This kid is just like, hold my bike, okay? And he just they start like throwing punches and stuff, but not really punches. They just start like wrestling. They start wrestling, like they threw like a couple slaps. This one kid gets on the ground and like the one that's on top of him grabs his wrist. He's like a year older than him, a little bit bigger. He grabs his wrist and puts it on the ground. He's like, stop it. It's like, get off me. He like kneed him in the butt. He like stood up and like he kind of like got up. It's like, I hate you. And he yells. Like there's like the weirdest scream, right? I think you watch too much anime and he's like, rah, rah, rah. And keep in mind, he's like, and I want to say like 5th grade, 5th or 6th. No, he's going into his 6th grade year, I think. So it's really high pitched. He goes, he winds back, he charges him, and he misses. He misses so bad. He like tried to Superman punch him, okay? Like Clark Kent, how like he'll have one fist up and like one fist on his hip. He dove at him, and he just fell face first. And it was weird. Like it didn't rain because it was like during the summer, but there's like this one spot that was always just like wet, and you could just hear like a weird just splat of his face just hitting the mud. Right, which it might be a better thing they didn't hit the hard dirt, but I think I'd rather hit the hard dirt than get like my face all muddy. And so after that, the kid's just like, I'm done. I'm grabbing my knife. And so he starts like trying to like find his like pockets and stuff. He can't find it. And the kid's just like, you don't have one. And even if you did, you wouldn't do anything to me. He's like, yeah, I would. And he ended up like riding his bike. He rode his bike all the way home, like all alone. And I kind of felt bad for him, but I was like, I'm sorry, man. I'll skate with you. Next time you come and hang out with us, I'll let you ride my skateboard for a little bit. Because at the end of the day, I kind of felt bad that, like, the bigger kid, like, messed him up a little bit. And, he ran home with his face covered in mud, and we just kind of skated, like, the rest of the day, right? I'm kind of surprised that none of the teachers came up and talked to us and was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Right, because it'd be like, nothing, just skateboarding. She's like, you don't even go to school, do you? You're supposed to be off campus because this is during the school time. Like, oh, well, it's summertime. I figured summer school didn't count. I'm surprised none of that happened. But with that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, scrumptious day.
Yeah. My dad used to say, whatever is whatever. Never may be never, but it's ever that keeps us going.